Is 2026 going to be a disaster for the Orange County real estate market? I mean, finally, is it just gonna crash? We all know affordability is ridiculous. Nobody can afford these homes, but wait, the data says differently. And so we're gonna share that with you right now. This is Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group. Today is December 26th. Let's get started with the charts. So let's start with the active listing inventory year over year. And you can see that year over year, we don't actually have the exact number. It is much higher though. Look at that red line, about 400 homes higher and still well above the historical low, which was back in 2023. We had less than 2,000 homes to start the year off with. So it's not going to be that kind of year. And you can see the previous 2 years are right there in the middle. And at the top is that green line, which was pre-COVID years, and that was significantly higher. So at 4,479 homes. So we still have a lot less homes than what was considered the norm. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so looking at the demand chart here, we can see in the last 30 days, there's been 1,149 homes that have gone into escrow, which is significantly down in the last 2 weeks, which we would expect. I mean, look at the way those lines are going down on all the years. This is what happens this time of year. People aren't buying houses in the last few weeks of the year. And we can see from last year, we're still down though. We're still down about what, 50, 60 homes that have been sold, but that 3-year average used to be up there at like 1,500 homes. But don't forget, there was also 1,400 homes, 1,300 more homes on the market back then. So to only have 50 homes less really isn't that bad, right? Let's look at how that affects our expected marketing time, which we can see on the next chart. And the expected marketing time today is 82 days. 2 weeks ago, it was 87. And last year, it was only 67. So yes, the market has slowed down its speed. And if we look at that 25-day difference and we look up at the top of the legend and we say, where does that leave us? Well, 82 days still leaves us in a slight seller's market, right? So that's an overall market. We don't have it broken down this week by price range like we normally do because it's a year-end show and we don't have the exact figures in. So we're going to wait until the next show for that. And right now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about my advice for buyers and sellers and where this market's headed. Here's the thing, you guys, if you get on YouTube and you look at what's, attention grabbing and what a lot of people quite honestly hope for, everybody just wants this market to crash, right? Well, unfortunately for the people who want it to crash, it's not going to happen. Not here in Orange County, not anytime soon. Okay, there's nothing in the data that indicates that. Okay, first of all, foreclosures, distressed properties, it's like a historical low. It's below the historical low. So people have a lot of equity in their homes. It isn't that distressed situation that it was back then where people have to sell. People have very low interest rates from the past that they're hunkering down in their homes. So there's not going to be a distressed market in Orange County anytime soon. You got to remember we have 3 million people that live in this county and there's only about 3,000 homes, 2,000 homes right now that they can even buy. So yes, we know it's unaffordable. We know when you do the numbers, if you're a first-time buyer and stuff, it is extremely tough and it is extremely challenging and extremely frustrating. We get it. We'd like it to be more affordable as well. There'd be a lot more home sales going on, right? So anyway, we're on your side there, but we can't fight the data. We can't fight the reality of this market. So going into 2026, what the market's indicating is, as usual, it is going to be dependent on the economy, jobs, and interest rates. The ironic part is when the economy gets tougher, interest rates will actually go down. And when interest rates go down, things become more affordable. So hoping that there's going to be a bad economy, that's going to help things be more affordable. Sounds counterintuitive, but as long as you have a job, you're going to be better off, right? Because rates are going to come down. Even so, rates are only predicted to float between 5.75 and 6.75 this year. They don't see it going any lower than that right now. And currently we're just bumping right at about 6%. So things are pretty darn good for you guys right now. So I call it like almost the supply and demand of money. So right now there's not a whole lot of demand for money because buyers aren't buying because they're caught up in the holiday season. and interest rates are low. So my advice to you guys is enjoy your holidays, enjoy your Christmas, but hop on being locked and loaded for this market in 2026. Because if interest rates go down, guess what? You're gonna have more competition. Sellers, okay, you already have more competition than you've had in the past. And they predict that that is going to increase because people have just stayed in their homes longer than they wanted to. People want to move. I mean, the average Orange County person's lived in their house 22 years now. Okay, so life changes, things change, and we know the path to get that house sold. Pricing is super important, condition is super important, how it's marketed is super important. We've got all that figured out, especially after 35 years, and always embracing the newest technologies, artificial intelligence, the internet. There's nobody that's doing anything more to get home sold. So give us a call. We would love to help you out there and explain the process to you. You can sell your house however you want. You don't have to touch it, but we suggest always trying to make it look as good as possible. Any money that we recommend putting into it, usually is going to get a 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 return on it. It's going to make it sell faster. And guess what? We do all the work. We have a project manager that we assign you on the team, and they coordinate all the contractors, the painting, the carpet, the everything. It's a total hands-off situation if you want it to be. But again, we respect the fact that it's your home. We'll give you suggestions. You can do it however you want. We stage, we do everything. Okay, so there's nothing else out there that somebody else is doing that's better. So why are we better? Why are we the choice for you? Nobody has the experience we have. Nobody. I'm 3rd generation real estate agent in my family, 35 years in this business, okay? So I know what things were like in the past. I know where things are in the present and where they're going to, and we are on top of it. And as a matter of fact, we even have our 4th generation of family members now starting to get involved in the business. So we're not going anywhere. We've been around a long time. We couldn't have stayed here if we weren't taking care of people and doing the right thing. So if you want someone you can trust, get it done for you. We're especially good with estates. We know how tough that is. You inherit a house and it's like overwhelming. We tell people all the time, all you got to do is take the stuff out of the house that you want to keep for yourselves and your family. We will literally take care of everything else. Okay, we'll get stuff hauled off to donation centers. We can have an estate sale, carpet, paint, everything. We're a turnkey solution for you guys, and we can do this to any degree you guys want. We can do nothing, we can do everything. Okay, so give us a call. We would love to help you out. And I would just like to wish everybody a happy holiday season. We got some great football coming up. If you guys are football fans like me, I'm telling you, it's coming. This is the time of year. So enjoy, don't eat too much, don't drink too much, and I will see you next year on Tustin Talks. Thanks.